From September 15th through 17th, Göppingen once again served as venue for the International Model Railroad Exhibition, or IMA for short. The station was one of the main locations for a good reason. Here many visitors seized the opportunity to experience steam engines up close. Steam engine fans from all over the globe have traveled to Göppingen. Classic engines such as the E94 or Class 218 were on display. The biggest steam horses, however, still draw the largest crowd. It's hard to believe, but this rustic Bavarian engine is about to celebrate its 100th birthday. No wonder that its engineer is very proud of the well-kept locomotive. In general, I'm a big fan of the former regional railroads, but this engine is a great vehicle on its own. It still runs so smoothly. It's true, a two-cylinder locomotive is a little bumpier on the tracks. It's just a different feeling. From a historical perspective, the standard locomotive signifies a step backwards in technological development. Many people may disagree with this, but I think the engineers in southern Germany were simply inferior to the almighty Prussians, so they decided to build simpler engines, while, for example, the French designed steam engines to perfection. So this engine here just stands for a totally different approach. It is, however, very economical in its use of coal and water, so that's a real perk. This treasure is safely kept at the Bavarian Railroad Museum in Märklin. Märklin is all about treasures at the moment. Treasure hunting, to be precise.
There
is hardly any other hobby that brings members of different generations together the way model railroads do. Our wish is to encourage grandparents and grandchildren to go back to playing together with their model railroads. We estimate that there are hidden Märklin treasures slumbering in thousands, maybe millions of homes all over Germany. Model railroads that haven't been played with for many decades. Most of those would be analog models with old transformers that wouldn't get authorized anymore. So the idea is to encourage people to go check their basements and attics and look for your Märklin treasures. Last year we had a test run for this campaign and held a contest for grandparents and grandkids. Our winners, Horst and Tim, who are here today as well, are genuine railroad enthusiasts. They have a gigantic layout at home that's fully digitalized. So this pair is exactly what we had in mind when creating this campaign. They nicely display what skills are needed in order to successfully work with this hobby. Here at the IMA, they show visitors how easy it is to get started in the world of digital model railroads. Our intention is to bring back memories, remind the older generation of their own experience with model railroads that may have been passed down from their parents. For the old railroads that will be rediscovered as part of this campaign, we offer to replace the tracks and transformers. In order to preserve all the precious memories attached to the rolling stock, we would try to digitalize the models as far as possible, so that the memories can be taken on a new layout and preserved for the future as well. The campaign starts on September 30th, and we wish you all a very successful treasure hunt. Our goal is to introduce visitors to our program and demonstrate how model trees and other items are being produced. There is usually a great interest in our products and many people would like to explore what they can be used for. Tomorrow there will be a demonstration of how to build a rocky landscape, including trees and grassy areas. This will be a real hands-on demo, so that people will be able to take away new insights and be able to apply them to their own layouts at home. The IMA is an event for the entire family. While the kids are playing outside, the grown-ups get a chance to gather new information inside. Some visitors have traveled up from far away.
A mí me dicen el canciller,
José Luis Borrio and Carlos Molina, both from the Argentinian capital Buenos Aires, have come to Göppingen with their friends. They are now looking forward to great conversations and a good deal of inspiration that will be provided by the many photos of layouts and new items taken at the IMA. Luis has not missed any of the IMAs in the past and is sure to come back again in 2 years' time. Florian Sieber gave the group of long-distance travelers a hearty welcome. Many visitors will have taken an interest in this topic as well. Some people need pantographs, others are building a layout and need overhead contact wires for that. So on the one hand, customers approach us as they would like to replace a pantograph on a Märklin model, as perhaps it was torn off somehow. Many other customers, on the other hand, come with inquiries concerning the overhead wires. How to construct realistic overhead contact wires and what materials are needed for that. Of course, we are happy to answer these questions also here on the ground. What's special about this layout is the fact that it's adapted to our digital key system. This makes for various functions regarding the model cars. You will notice that we put up 3 satellites above the layout. The whole system works similarly to a GPS system. Using our special software, I could, for example, outline individual speed and maneuvers and have them performed on the layout. So while the real car industry is still striving to realize autonomous driving systems, we have already implemented these on our layouts. This is truly interesting news. Model railroading becomes more and more digitalized these days, as can also be observed on this Christmas-themed scenery.
Ja, Weihnachten ist ein klassisches Thema in der Modellbahn mittlerweile absolut geworden. Es gibt verschiedene Schneeprodukte bei uns schon standardmäßig im Programm.
Christmas has become a classic theme within model railroading. We offer many snow items as part of our standard product line, including artificial snow, snowflakes and icicles. This year we focused on the Christmas market as a special topic with items such as the so-called pyramids or a nativity scene with wooden figures.
Auf Weihnachtsmärkten stehen auch eine kleine Krippe mit Holzfiguren, das kennt man auch, diese lebensechten Holzfigurenkrippen, die auf Weihnachtsmärkten rumstehen.
In addition, there are a few typical Christmas market booths selling hot spiced wine and other things. All these new items are presented for the first time here in Göppingen.
Und dieses Thema stellen wir eben jetzt erstmals hier auch auf der IMA in Göppingen vor.
Almost all the renowned companies of the model railroad industry had come to Göppingen for the IMA. This is as it should be, as it gives visitors a chance to really catch up on all the latest trends and products. One of the newcomers this year, the Modelleisenbahn GmbH.
Die IMA hat natürlich einen sehr, sehr hohen Stellenwert.
The IMA is a very important event. This is the first time we've participated as exhibitors ourselves, and we are glad about the positive feedback we received from customers during this event. Some visitors were surprised to find Rocco and Fleischmann on the ground, since this is primarily a Märklin event. However, what matters most is that it's all about model railroads, and we're happy to have the opportunity to present our products to customers at the IMA as well.
Aber wir freuen uns halt, dass wir auch die Produkte hier unseren Kunden präsentieren können.
A regular guest at the IMA, the Auhagen company. It's very important to explain our modular system to the customers in order to show them that it's really not that complicated and feasible for everyone. This house is one of the current new items by Auhagen. From the Stauferpark to the EWS arena. Usually handballers own the floor in here, but today it was given over to the LGB. Layouts depicting scenes of the Rhaetian Railroad are a popular theme. The same goes for models of Saxonian prototypes. This set of DR roll cars will be released soon. The cars were made with completely new tooling. Many parts were produced by means of die casting. The chock wedges can be adjusted just like on the big prototype of this car. Shuttle buses took the visitors back to the station. From there, it's a short ride on board the railbus to the Leonhard Weiss Company grounds. Back in the day, the red railbus used to be a popular means of transport, an example of solid engineering that still runs smoothly today. No wonder the model version of this vehicle has found many fans among the Märklin and tricks enthusiasts as well. The Leonhard Weiss Company grounds had a few very impressive pieces of construction machinery on display. It's been such a great event. Weather conditions were great. Last week it was pouring all the time, but the past 3 days have been sunny and just perfect. Our exhibitors are happy with the event, as are our visitors, and that leaves us at Märklin very happy as well. Once again, the IMA in Göppingen was a huge success.
Borussia Dortmund,
TSG Hoffenheim,
Hannover 96,
RB Leipzig,
Schalke 04,
Bayern München,
Hamburger SV,
FC Augsburg,
Hertha BSC,
Borussia Mönchengladbach,
Eintracht Frankfurt,
VfL Wolfsburg,
FSV Mainz 05, VfB Stuttgart,
SC Freiburg,
Werder Bremen,
Bayer Leverkusen.
1. FC Köln.
The Märklin startup program now includes the Bundesliga train. It comes with a diesel engine that has a colorful array of cars in tow, each of which shows a design matching one of the current 18 soccer clubs of the German Premier League. The current order depicts the standings after the third match day. This changed after the fourth match day, of course, which can be depicted by means of precise shunting movements. The cars are separated at the marshalling hump from where they will roll towards their set of sorting sidings. This location provides a total of 7 tracks, which is more than enough. Of course, this can also be reenacted on the floor of the children's room at home. Car by car comes rolling up until it's the turn of the leading soccer team's car. 7 sets of cars were needed. Now the diesel locomotive rejoins the action. It will now move each set of cars in order to build a new train. The standings after the fourth match day are now properly displayed. Both soccer fans and model railroad enthusiasts will enjoy the Bundesliga train. And good luck to all the German teams for the ongoing season. This year's IMA was the perfect opportunity to unveil another brand new item.
Ja, da steht sie. Eine französische, schwere Schnellzugdampflokomotive.
This is a heavy, fast French train steam engine with the road number 241A65. It was modeled after a still existing locomotive that is nowadays used as a museum engine. To this day, it is considered the largest, most powerful steam engine in Europe that is still in active use. It's an extraordinary engine and a true beauty, which I'm sure everyone is able to observe on this model here as well.
Für unsere ganz außergewöhnliche Lokomotive.
The model, however, wasn't the only highlight that day. The big steam engine had really made it to Göppingen as well. It reached the venue a little late due to technical problems, but all ended well. The big steam engine could be admired up close at the station.
Ich bin begeistert. Ich glaube, Sie haben ja mitbekommen, wie schwierig es war, diese wunderschöne alte Lok.
I am really thrilled that we managed to transfer this wonderful historical locomotive to Göppingen, given all the initial difficulties. Railroad enthusiasts agree that back in the day, the French did build the most beautiful steam engines. It's true, the model cannot be operated on Radius 1 tracks, so we generally advise our customers to use Radius 2 courses instead. However, if you consider the size and measurements of the big prototype, it becomes quite obvious that it too can only run on fairly large radii. The model is a true depiction of the engine's beautiful appearance, and I think that's what really matters after all. It's said that back in the day a weapons dealer from Zurich fell in love with a beautiful French woman. He also happened to be an admirer of French steam engines and managed to purchase this locomotive just in time to preserve it from being turned into scrap metal. He paid quite a fortune in contemporary standards. In the road number 241A65, the first figures stand for 2 leading axles, 4 driving axles and 1 trailing axle. A stands for the engine type. Finally, 65 is the serial number. It is a French fast-train locomotive that used to run from Basel to Paris.
Und die fuhr von Basel nach Paris. Beheimatet ist sie in Chaumont.
It's true, locomotives such as this French engine aren't usually found at the station in Göppingen. Therefore, it quickly became something like the secret star of the IMA and kept drawing a steady crowd of admirers. Even the stately Sirius 001 had to make way for the French guest of honor. The French engine displayed such wonderful steam output. Despite its old age, the locomotive is in tremendous shape. The association called 241A65 takes most of the credit for maintaining this unique engine. This model depicts the prototype in its current appearance. It reminds us of the good old days of railroad traffic, which may be called the golden age of traveling. The boiler holds a controlled high-efficiency drive with a flywheel. A direct current version of this half-O model will be released as part of the Trix product line. The tiny wheels and numerous mounted details were carried out beautifully. Both engine and tender were largely built from metal components. An MFX Plus decoder includes numerous light and sound functions. The existing Märklin assortment provides 2 matching sets of passenger cars. They can be used for building either a nice train in Era 2 style or a wonderful extra. The model also contains a pre-installed smoke generator. No doubt, this new fast train engine by Märklin was one of the highlights at this year's IMA. Shipping will begin before the end of the year.